Welcome to Breakfast with Spaniels with Dr. Judy Morgan.
Hey, Dennis Becker, you're the first one on. Good to see you. Hey, Joyce.
Remember, you can purchase all of Dr. Morgan's products at her website at www.drjudymorgan.com. Now it's time to sit back, relax.
Facebook is very slow this morning.
Welcome to
Very slow this morning. Okay, and we have so much to cover today. Oh my gosh, I apologize we weren't on Friday morning, but Friday morning was the farrier for hoof trims on everybody at the farm. Um, and we have to have the veterinarian also come because the donkeys and hinnies are not quite at the point where they will allow their feet to be done without being sedated. So it's a kind of all hands on deck. The problem is most of our hands were very ill on Friday. Brandon showed up to help. He was kind of death warmed over. I was feeling really horrible with chills and muscle aches and sore throat. Um, and it just was sort of like, all right, we'll see how far we get with this. And we got everybody done except for the tiniest one, little tiny Sprinkles, who probably only weighs 150 pounds, maybe. She is scared to death. She'll let on her. She's scared to death of ropes. Um, and last time we tried to trim her feet, we had her sedated with as much sedation as we would use on a large horse. And she still could double barrel kick with those back feet. So we got the front feet done and not the back feet. This time I couldn't even catch her because we did everybody else first and she saw what was going on and she said, bye-bye. So yeah, the little ones, man, she's small but mighty. I mean, she definitely fulfills that. So, oh my gosh, crazy. So that was Friday. And then supporters, I'm sorry, but I've been swallowing razor blades in my throat all weekend. Yes, I do phone consults. You need to email consult@drjudymorgan.com. So I didn't really want to talk, and I'm still a little sore, but I'm much better than I was. And this virus, it's RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, that came from daycare, has kicked everyone's butt in the family. And I actually feel like I got off light compared to everyone else. Gwen and Brandon both ended up, and the other grandma all ended up with sinus infections, ear infections, and Bean. So four of them had to end up on antibiotics. Me, I'm ecstatic because I've had all the viral symptoms but haven't developed the secondary infection, so I'm able to avoid antibiotics. So hopefully, some of you are saying it stopped. Hopefully, it'll pick back up. So I'm drinking tons and tons and tons of herbal tea, taking vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D, mushrooms. All right, it's let's see if you guys come back because it says it stopped. It hasn't stopped on my end. Um, what do we put on the bottom of our chicken cages? We don't have chicken cages. We have a chicken nest roost, and it has a like a plastic soft carpet. And the roost that we have for our chickens, they hop up in there, and when they lay, it's on a little tiny bit of a slope, and they roll down into a trough so they don't get dirty. And that little carpety thing is soft so they don't break. Um, Okay, so let's see. We're dealing with incredible heat here. It's been in the mid 90s all week with feels like temperatures in the hundreds. So that's just really draining us and the animals. They're everybody. Good morning, Teresa Carpenter. I'll send you a Zoom invite when I'm done this. And then for those who are in the path of the hurricane, we're going to get our deluge of rain on Thursday, but that will drop the temperatures by 10 degrees. So yay, we'll take that because as much as I like heat and humidity, this is kind of kicking our butts. And when the blacksmith was there the other day, I decided that I would groom all the horses, and I've ended up with a really nice blistery rash on my hands. So they must have been playing in some sort of weed that I don't like. So, I mean, it's just been fun and games. Our move-in date was supposed to be this Wednesday. Yeah. Anytime they give you a move-in date, just take it with a grain of salt and move it back 2 weeks. So who knows? I'm hoping next weekend to pack so that the following week we can move. But we are outside of Raleigh, North Carolina. So, all right, things that we need to, little housekeeping. The Cat Summit that is going to be the weekend of the 24th to 26th of this month. No, sorry, September. It's not September yet. 24th to 26th of September. Cat Summit, we have an amazing lineup. I am so impressed with how many incredible cat people Gwen found. So she will be posting the sign up for that today. I know she talked about it in the Friday 5 that went out, and I got a bunch of emails saying I can't find where to sign up. It's because we don't have the sign up yet. Hopefully she's feeling well enough that she can get that up today. And this Friday at 8 a.m., be sure to tune in because we are going to have a special guest and a special conversation. We are going to have this, it's another veterinarian. We're going to have him come back again for our November summit. So we're doing a 20 to 30 minute teaser on Friday, and then we'll have him back for a full hour interview in November for our regular November summit. So today is National Holistic Pet Day. Didn't know there was such a thing, but yay. We can definitely utilize something like National Holistic Pet Day to push our agenda and help convert more people. So what I would recommend today, the mushroom supplements that we use for our dogs are the Dr. Harvey's Solaris, Susan. But there are other, Adored Beast, I think, has a mushroom supplement that's pretty nice too. I lost my train of thought. Oh, so what I would recommend today, if you're on social media, which obviously you are because you're here, but if you're on any other social media, make posts today about National Holistic Pet Day and how your pet is healthier since you have gone over to the other side, or how you're incorporating holistic care. Yeah, there is a national day for everything. How you're incorporating holistic care, maybe with traditional care. Maybe you are doing integrated medicine, which is what I have been doing for 20 years. But the more we post about things that we're doing naturally and how healthy our pets are and the changes that we've seen with what we've been doing, then the more people are going to see that, and the more people are going to start asking questions and start realizing that, wow, there might be something to that stuff. Of course, you're going to get the people who say, hey, I've fed X brand of crap dog food for the last 30 years and my dogs live to be 15 and it's all good. Okay. They're surviving. I don't know if they're thriving. So yes. So let's promote that today. And along that line, we got a new problem on the horizon, which is hookworm resistance. Hookworms are nasty intestinal parasites. You don't ever see them passed in the stool because they're very tiny. But they are blood suckers. They actually attach to the intestinal lining and suck blood. They are a huge problem in the southeast and mid-south, like Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, because Florida, they survive in hot, humid conditions. They love the heat and the moisture, and they just multiply. And the adult worms make tons and tons and tons of eggs that are shed in the stool. It can cause bloody, soft stools. It can cause mucousy stools. But it started in the greyhounds with resistance to the dewormers. And so now they're talking about we should use off-label these dewormers that have been approved in Europe. And instead of being able to use what I have considered safer anthelmintics, which are dewormers, things like Parantel and fenbendazole. They're now moving over to things like moxidectin. The milbemycin that's in Interceptor has hookworm effectiveness. But now, and moxidectin I absolutely hate because it is a severe neurotoxin and we see tons of side effects with moxidectin. And now they're talking about moving, I can't even remember the name of it, moving into something else. And so originally this resistance was seen in the greyhounds, and now we're finding it in, the general population, unfortunately. And why is my brain is not working? This is RSV brain. So one of the problems with this resistance is that we keep having to move into more and more and more and more. One of the things that I am really against is the traditional clinics that just insist that you routinely give your pets dewormers. So rather than run a stool sample and see whether there are parasites there, when you go in for your semi-annual visit, they automatically deworm your dog or cat. Say no. Say no, but let's wait for the results of the stool sample. Sort of like saying, yeah, let's wait for the results of the culture and use the right antibiotic. Let's wait for the results of the stool sample and use the correct dewormer. This is a huge problem in our world, that we keep using all these chemicals inappropriately and we're developing resistance. And it's something that we see with, I can't say the word, with infections, whether it's bacterial, viral, whatever, we see resistance. They just keep mutating. Viruses, bacteria, parasites, they mutate. They just say, ooh, you're trying to kill me with that. And then you get that one little bugger who survives, and then he passes on his genetics to the next generation, and now they're all resistant. Then we find something new that works, and then there's that, it's like cancer cells. When you use chemotherapy, yeah, you kill a lot of cells, but there'll be those one or two who are drug resistant, and then they go crazy. And that's why when we get a breakthrough on cancer chemotherapy, it's like, oh, look at that. It's like with Myra, when we did chemo with her. At 4 weeks, they said, she's cancer-free. Our chemo worked great. She's cancer-free. And the next week, she had 3 new tumors. And boy, were they aggressive and resistant to everything. So that's what happens, that we kill off the easy ones. It's like picking off the weak in the herd. So yeah, your puppy was negative and they still dewormed, said they would for the first 3 visits. Danielle, just say no. Take a stool sample every visit, because stool samples are only about 80% correct, because you have to get it at a time when they're actually shedding the parasites. So take another sample next time and say, absolutely not, do not deworm my puppy. We're going to wait. Yes, thank you, Donna Greco. I'm not allowed to say that. We have to stand up. And for those of you who are going for veterinary visits, even if you're not curbside, download our curbside veterinary visit form. I need to change the title on it because a lot of them are not curbside, although I think they're going to go back to it again over the winter. But download our curbside visit form. Use it even if you're not curbside. Fill it out before you go in. First of all, it's going to trigger you to ask questions, and you won't forget something. You won't forget, like, daggone it, I wanted him to check that lump while I was there and I forgot to point it out. Or, daggone it, he's been drinking more, I forgot to tell him that when I was there. So fill out that form before you go. Take it with you. And if you can't go in with your animal, hand it to them and say, make sure you read this, call me before you do anything. If you can go in with them, then take the form with you anyway, go over it with them. They'll get angry. They'll say, I don't have time to go through 5 pages of stuff. Well, you can point out the important stuff, the things that you want to highlight on. Yeah, yeah. I know. I have to be really careful. If I get shut down, everybody just go to the website. Is there an optimum time to test a sample? No. And if you, frankly, you should have a stool sample check twice a year. Just in general principles, especially a lot of us who are not giving heartworm preventative. We're not giving a monthly dewormer. So check a stool sample twice a year, depending on where you live. Our dogs are never positive, but they're gonna have. Dang, I need poop from you guys. The vet's coming today. Finally, she's had to cancel 3 times because of her son, her 2-year-old, being sick. They've got RSV at their house as well. Your vet loved that form. That's awesome. That is awesome. And you used it for your new holistic vet and it worked well. That is great. That is great. Yeah, many vets now have just found a way to keep us out. I know. I think my old practice, they're now letting people in, but they make you wait in the car until they're actually ready for you and your pet so that they don't have anybody in the waiting room. And I mean, that's fine. That's a decent compromise. So it just takes longer. The form is on the website. It's under Dr. Judy's curbside or something. But when I put in the search bar curbside, it comes up. But it's on the website. It's a free download. Okay, everybody have a wonderful day. Celebrate National Holistic Pet Day by posting how you are keeping your pets holistically healthy. And if you have a holistic vet that you love, please give them a shout out. Unfortunately, they're overwhelmed already. But if you have one you love, please give them a shout out today. And for those of you who just went through the hurricane, and those of you who now have a tropical storm or whatever it's being called now passing through, please stay safe. We know we're going to get flooding, that sort of thing. Okay. And keep an eye out for the post on the Cat Summit. And don't forget, Friday morning we have a special guest, so that'll be fun. Let's see if I can find some music. Yay, me. Sometimes it works. Here you go. You do a stool sample every 3 months, intestinal worms and lungworm in the UK. Only worms once in 8 years. See? As a breeder, should we not be doing deworming when 2, 4, and 6 weeks old? If I was a breeder, I would not. I would check the mom's poop, I would check the puppy poop, and I would just keep checking. Might be a little more expensive to keep checking stool samples, but why give them drugs they don't need? Why make drug resistance? Nope, we don't have a holistic vet in the Raleigh area we can recommend. That's where we live. Gwen just lost hers. We're trying to hire her. Oh, I gotta go.